Hey guys, so today I thought, why not make a video on my Invisalign journey and how to just maintain them and all these other questions that many people have whenever they look into getting Invisalign. So I will say at this point I've had Invisalign for 11 months. So I'm not supposed to have them in for 11 months. I was supposed to only have them in for 9, but it's completely my fault. It's nothing that anyone else did, nothing that the dentist did, nothing that Invisalign is not doing. It's all just me. But let's go ahead and just get started with how I got started. So what I did was I went to my dentist as a consultation, letting him know that I was interested in getting Invisalign. When I went in, he examined my teeth, took x-rays. He just, I guess, had to make sure that I was going to be approved for Invisalign, or that Invisalign would help me. Once he examined, took all the x-rays that he needed to, he told me that I was able to get Invisalign, that it would be a 9-month treatment, 23 trays. For the beginning, we would swap them out every 2 weeks, and that it would be a $5,980 cost. Yeah. So in my head, I was like, I thought I was ready to do this, but 5,900 fucking dollars, like, where? I barely have enough to eat breakfast, but do your research because it ended up being that my insurance covers it, so all good to go. I went ahead, gave him the yes, took molding of my teeth, so they can like prepare for the Invisalign treatment. And then he said to come back in 2 weeks. So 2 weeks went by. He ended up giving me a phone call. He called me. We set up an appointment. I went in. When I went in for this to get my Invisalign, he did tell me that I would have to get attachments on my teeth. Now, I don't know if this is for everyone with Invisalign. I don't know if it was exclusive to my treatment. Don't know if it's everybody else that does like Smile Direct or any of the online like teeth alignments. But for Invisalign with my dentist, I did have to get attachments on my teeth. I think I ended up getting 5 attachments. They did not hurt at all. They pretty much just glued onto your teeth. And what these attachments do is that they help rotate any teeth, if you have any crowding due to a tooth being in a certain position. So it just helps align the teeth, helps push them in the direction that they're supposed to. I had to get 5 put in, but it was super quick, didn't hurt, no pain, no nothing. After that, my dentist ended up putting in my first tray for me. He popped them in, asked me how I was doing. But at the moment when he put them in, my mouth was numb. I was getting like a cavity filled or whatever, but that's besides the point. My mouth was numb. So when he asked me how I was doing, I said I was fine. Like, I don't feel a fucking thing. Hello. So I ended up leaving. I was good. That day, he ended up giving me one more tray. So I come back after a month. He gave me another tray and he was like, after 2 weeks of you being with the first one that's in your mouth right now, put these in, and then in 2 weeks from then, we'll set up an appointment. I was like, okay, cool. So I ended up leaving the dentist appointment and I ended up getting home and the numbing was going away. So immediately I started to realize that this was going to be an uncomfortable process, because the minute the numbing went away, I felt the plastic in my mouth. It's just an uncomfortable feeling because you always just have something sitting in your mouth. It feels like it. Like, I feel like my mouth gets dry a lot. So I do have a tendency of like having like sipping on a lot of things, like water and stuff like that. My dentist did tell me that when I had Invisalign, I was able to eat whatever I wanted, drink whatever I wanted, because essentially, like, you can take them off and put them back in your mouth, right? But in order for this process to work as fast as your dentist tells you it'll work, you have to keep your Invisalign in for at least 22 hours of the day. The other 2 hours would just be strictly for like eating. Whenever you're eating a meal or drinking something, you take them out. You are supposed to take them out of your mouth every time you put something in your mouth that is not water. So if you're drinking juice, any soda, any alcohol, if you're gonna go in for a Dorito chip, a M&M, if you're gonna go for gum, whatever it may be, you always have to take your Invisalign out. Always, 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 because it can stain. When you eat, it can go ahead and reshape the Invisalign, so you don't ever want to just bite down on them. So I left the dentist appointment and came home, immediately realized that I was going to be super uncomfortable. So that first day, I ended up only eating dinner. Now, I remember taking them out and feeling like I could not speak. My teeth were so sensitive. Literally, when they say that you can eat anything you want is a fucking lie. Like, I remember taking off my Invisalign and feeling like I could only eat mashed potatoes and applesauce because my teeth were so sensitive from the Invisalign like pushing them back that I couldn't bite into anything. Like anything. If I was eating pizza and I had to bite down on the slice, I couldn't. So for the first week I had Invisalign in, I want to say that I was not eating properly. I honestly wasn't. And every time I would eat something, I had to make sure that it was soft or that I had a fork and a knife so that I was able to break it down and put it in my mouth, because anything else, like if I had to bite into anything, I was not going to be able to eat it. The good thing though is that because I was wearing Invisalign or each tray for 2 weeks, the first week was the hardest. It was the week that my teeth were shifting to fit the aligner. The second week, because my teeth were already shifted, was, I guess, for strengthening. So my teeth would just gain their strength so that I was able to eat more. So before, where I wasn't eating burgers or I wasn't eating pizza, on week 2, I knew that I could indulge in those. So week one of any tray, I already know what I'm eating. It's either mashed potatoes. In the mornings, I can go ahead and eat eggs and pancakes. Can't do bacon if it's crispy. And then week 2, I was able to go ahead and eat the burgers, milk and cereal if I wanted to, that crunchiness. My teeth were able to resist that now. So yeah, when they say you can eat anything, it's a fucking lie. You cannot. You will have to find things that feel comfortable for you. But anyways, aside from that, there is no pretty way to take off your Invisalign. So if you're gonna go out to a restaurant, on a date or anything like that, just make sure that where you're going has a restroom, because there's no cool way to take off your Invisalign, like, ever. And I want to say about 10 out of 10 times, every time you take them off, you're like, there's like saliva in between them. So when you're taking them off, you have like that string that you're just like, no one wants to fucking see that ever. Another thing too is that I have lost Invisalign. Yes, you do lose them. I mean, the times that I've lost them, I've been very careless with them. But I have to live life. Like, I have to live life. And I feel like anyone who has had Invisalign has at least lost one pair. And the reason for it is because you go out, you're having a good time, you want to eat something, right? So at this point, you have to take off your Invisalign. The Invisalign, when you first get them, your dentist or whoever you're with, they do give you they're like these, I don't even have them anymore, but they're like these 2 cases. He gave me one in red and one in blue, and he was like, just pick which one is the previous Invisalign and pick which one is the Invisalign that you currently have. So just pick a color to put either one of them in and stick to it. Now, in the beginning, I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm gonna put my Invisalign where the dentist said, because they're super excited. You just spent $5,000 on these things. Like, cool, I want to do everything right. But these cases are pretty bulky, and I'm the type of girl, I don't really like to carry around bags or anything with me. When I have jackets on, I like to just put things in my pockets. And these cases required me to bring a bag everywhere I went. So one day I was out, I didn't have my case because I didn't expect to eat, and I was hungry and I got something to eat. I took off my Invisalign and I decided to wrap it around a napkin. And I realized that the amount of space I was saving, like, I could put these right in my pocket, didn't need the case around. And so that was that, right? So because I did that, I got into that bad habit of strictly and only using napkins for my Invisalign. And even though it saves space, because I don't have the case, sometimes it's real easy for me to forget that I put the Invisalign in a napkin. And there have been times where I'm at a restaurant, I'm talking to someone, I'm eating, and I wrap it in a napkin, and I forget to put it in my pocket, and I leave it. And then the waiter comes around, takes it, and trashes it. And then, like, that's it. No more Invisalign. I just got rid of an Invisalign because of my careless mistakes. I should really probably try to find that case, but I'm not going to. I'm almost at the end. It's cool. I'm good. They come in packets like this. My dentist, like, because I've had these shits in for like a fucking year now. My dentist, he just gives me a whole bunch at this point, and he's like, just every 2 weeks, just swap them out and just like wear the new one, right? I do want to let you guys know the only reason it is month 12 and I'm still with Invisalign, whenever I knew that a special event was coming around, so whether if it was somebody's birthday that I knew I had to go to a dinner for, the holidays that I knew I was gonna indulge in a lot of foods, I was not changing out my Invisalign because I was like, I need my teeth to be as strong as they can be, because when I go ahead and bite into this steak, I need for my teeth to be able to handle that. So I stopped swapping them out every 2 weeks. And whenever I knew that a special event was coming up that I knew that I was gonna go out for, I pretty much just like kept the Invisalign that I had in my mouth, and I kept it the entire time until that event was over and done with, and then I swapped them out. And that's just because my dentist did give me the liberty of like giving me trays like that. So it's only and strictly my fault. I will say that Invisalign has done its fucking job. I will insert a video, a small little clip of like what my teeth look like before and how they've been molding. I'm gonna see if I can get that clip for my dentist, but if I can, I'm gonna stick it right here. Maybe here? Or should I put it here? Whatever, maybe I'll just do the whole screen and just like show you guys. But anyways, I will put up a video and it'll show you that my teeth were in really bad shape. I had a lot of crowding at the bottom, and then I had my front tooth was sticking out very much, and that's because my molars in the back, they grew in before my front teeth would grow in. So when my front tooth was growing in, there was really no space for it to fit. So it pretty much ended up growing kind of like outward. And that's what I was working with. But I will say that since I wanted to get braces, whenever I would go into consultations, they would let me know that it would take 2 years and I would have to get molars extracted in order for everything to have space to push everything back. And this was consistent for a really, really long time. Like, I'm a 26-year-old grown-ass woman. I'm about to be 27 soon. And now's the time that I have Invisalign. Now's the time that I'm like perfecting my smile. If you've tried before and you've been discouraged because they tell you like you need more work done, I had to go to a dentist in fucking Upper East Side for me to get these results. Like, what the fuck? Shouldn't you guys all know what the fuck you guys are doing? Like, I don't know how he was able to do this for me, but all the other dentists that I had gone to before weren't able to. But whatever, it is what it is. I want to say that's it. Like, if you guys have any other questions, just leave it down in the comments and I will go ahead and answer. I am happy with the process. Hopefully I should be done within the next 2 months, but who the fuck knows, because my birthday's coming up and July 4th, so a lot of barbecues. Yeah, so who knows how that will go, but I should be done soon. If you have any questions, let me know. Put them down in the comment section. So yeah, if you like this video and you want to see more of me, go ahead and like the video first and then subscribe, because I will be coming out with a lot more content. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Keep watching. Don't leave me. Upper and a lower, right? Because you have 2 sets of teeth, right? Not 2 sets of teeth. You have an upper row and a bottom. We're gonna cut this out. It is what it is. We got the smile now, right? I can't wink, so we're gonna edit that out too.